Now, WBOC News at 5 on Fox 21.
It's hard to drive a local highway without encountering some road work. We'll have an update on one major project. Good afternoon. I'm Todd Carley.
And I'm Jacqueline Carley, live in Sussex County, where a topping out ceremony has taken place at the new Bay Health Hospital.
And we'll check back in with Jackie in a little bit. And we're going to start with the heat here. And you don't need to hear it from me that it is hot out there and can be dangerously hot. The employees at Guy Farms Produce in Salisbury were hard at work selling their homegrown fruits and vegetables. And they said today the physical labor is unbearable.
This heat is, sometimes it's okay, but other times it's really unbearable, especially when I'm working out in the fields in this hazy corn mazes and stuff, picking all that corn.
Now, fortunately, when they're not picking produce, they can enjoy the fans and fresh breeze that blows through their stand. The workers tell us they are looking forward to a cooler season to sell their goods. All right, let's check out a little cooler place, at least it should be. We're talking about the beach. We'll go out live to Rehoboth from the Boardwalk Plaza Hotel cam. Some folks braving the boardwalk out there, no doubt. It's a little warm on the beach as well. Let's check in with Dan down the Storm Tracker Weather Center with a look at that. Dan?
Yeah, Todd, at the weather station on the boardwalk there, the Delaware Environmental Observing Station there has 92 degrees in the last few minutes on the boardwalk in Rehoboth. Look at radar. It's clear. There are some thunderstorms way off to the north of us, northwest. And here is the latest satellite imagery. This is GOES 16 satellite imagery. You can see some high clouds moving across the area and some thunderstorms near Hagerstown, but those aren't going to make it into Delmarva. 84 at Ocean City. There is a sea breeze on the Maryland beaches, but it's 90 in Georgetown. Those high clouds have actually brought the temperature down. We did get up to between 93 and 94 today. Our low tonight will be 77. Tomorrow will be a hotter day than today, 94 to 95 by 3 o'clock. More weather coming up.
All right, Dan, thanks. Well, summer is construction season here on Delmarva, and there are a lot of projects going on right now. As WBOC's Caroline Coles reports, there is a project on Business Route 50 designed to improve pedestrian safety.
Summertime means road construction. Workers spent the sweltering day on this project along Business Route 50, and this project comes with a bigger purpose. When all is done, neighbors can look forward to a median fence, new landscaping, and a bicycle lane. And instead of 3 lanes, there will be 2. And not everyone is excited about that.
Them condensing from 3 lanes down to 2, especially during the morning traffic and the evening traffic, will be quite congested. It doesn't flow well. It opens up better when it is 3 lanes. Condensing down to 2 would probably create some problems.
But others believe inconvenience does not outweigh safety. Greg Morris is the pastor of Parkway Church of God. His church sits just steps away from the work.
Creates inconveniences for some who travel the road. It will be a blessing in the long run.
The median fence will go along Business Route 50 from Ward Street to East Main Street.
The purpose of the fence is to prevent students from doing things just like this. Jaywalking across the street, and the fence will be located just right behind me, right here on this median.
Officials with the State Highway Administration say this construction should not slow down traffic, since 2 lanes will remain open.
And that was our Caroline Coles reporting. Now, some contractors are working on Saturdays, and by doing so, they're hoping that construction is finished by the end of September, hopefully in the time for the start of the new school year. Well, the Bay Health Medical Center in Sussex County is marking a big construction milestone this afternoon with a topping out ceremony. WBOC's Jackie Carley joins us now with more about where construction goes from here and how this new facility will differ from the current hospital in Milford. Jackie?
Well, Todd, I didn't know what a topping out ceremony was or what it symbolized, but if you take a look at the top of the hospital right here where those 2 flags are and the little tree in between it, that is the final beam that was hoisted into place today here at the hospital, and that marks a symbolic end to the structural phase of construction. Now, this facility is only about 3 miles away from the current campus downtown. the current hospital rather, but it could be a world away given how much it's going to be offering that differs from the current facility. And joining me now is Mike Messing, the Vice President of Support Services from Bay Health. And tell me how it does differ. What are some of the significant differences?
Well, what we've incorporated into the design of this building is what we've learned in healthcare over the last 80 years. The reality is people want to be comfortable, and people, we have found through research, get better faster when they're in private rooms. So this building will encompass 128 private rooms. It'll allow nurses to be closer to the patients, allow them to spend more time with their patients. It'll also attract the best and the brightest in terms of technicians and, of course, physicians.
And also, it's going to be offering more specialized care for pediatric, geriatric.
That is correct. The campus is designed long-term to be able to help people from birth to geriatric, and our focus will be more and more on that because of the change of the population in the community.
And the population is going to boom here, expectedly by 2030. Correct?
There's an expectation of an almost doubling over the next 15 to 20 years down in this area of the state.
And this particular location was meant to keep an eye on that. Right?
Was specifically chosen because of its access to Route 1 and the ability for people to get here easily.
All right, Mike Messing, thank you for joining us. I'd let you get out of the heat. I appreciate you being out here today. Now, another person who's very excited about this new hospital is Milford Mayor, Brian Shoup. Brian Shoup joined me a little bit earlier to talk about what it means to have this hospital in Sussex County and what it's going to mean to the future of his community.
And in addition to the site that you see behind you, Bay Health has also sold or is going to sell the current hospital to Nationwide Health Services. That's another $20 million investment in our community and 300 full-time jobs. So, you know, the economic development just keeps compounding, and we're happy to welcome them with open arms.
Now, this hospital won't actually open until 2019, but at today's ceremony, you could tell that a lot of people can't think that day can come fast enough because they are really looking forward to what this is going to mean to Sussex County. Reporting live in Sussex County, I'm Jacqueline Carley, WBOC News, Milford.
All right, Jackie, thanks. To Washington now, where an email chain has revealed that President Trump's son did agree to meet with a Russian attorney set up by an acquaintance who was said to have incriminating information about Hillary Clinton. The source of those emails? Donald Trump Jr. himself. Stacey Cohen has the latest now from Washington.
Donald Trump Jr. taking to Twitter, releasing the email chain that led up to a meeting last June with a Russian lawyer who he was told had compromising information about his father's campaign rival, Hillary Clinton. The chain shows that prior to the meeting, he was told the information was, quote, part of Russia and its government support for Mr. Trump. The emails adding to mounting controversy about possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia.
Anytime you're in a campaign and you get an offer from a foreign government to help your campaign, the answer is no.
Trump Jr.'s release of the emails came moments before they were published by the New York Times. The Times first reported the existence of Trump Jr.'s communications with Rob Goldstone, a music publicist who entered the Trump orbit via the Miss Universe pageant in Russia in 2013. Goldstone brokered the meeting last June between Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer who Goldstone said could offer, quote, some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary and her dealings with Russia. According to the emails released by Trump Jr., he replied, quote, if it's what you say, I love it. That lawyer, in an interview with NBC News, denied working for the Russian government and said it was her intent to discuss U.S. sanctions, not the campaign.
It's quite possible that maybe they were looking for such information. They wanted it so badly.
Have you ever worked for the Russian government? Do you have connections to the Russian government?
No.
The contradiction between the lawyer's account and what lies in the newly released emails prompting more questions as Special Investigator Robert Mueller's probe continues. In Washington, I'm Stacey Cohen.
Now, President Trump, in a statement read by White House spokesperson Sarah Huckabee Sanders this afternoon, said, quote, my son is a high-quality person, and I applaud his integrity. Well, federal investigators are trying to find out what caused a military plane to crash in Mississippi, killing everyone on board. The wreckage of the military transport plane burned for hours after crashing into a soybean field. The KC-130 was taking service members and equipment from Cherry Point, North Carolina to El Centro, California when it went down. 15 Marines and 1 Navy corpsman died.
Every resource that we have that we can pull from will be used to determine what happened, and every resource that we can give to the families as well.
Air traffic controllers were tracking the plane Monday afternoon at 20,000 feet. It suffered a catastrophic failure, plunging out of the sky. The FBI has joined the investigation, but officials at this point do not think foul play is involved. Well, how would you like to hook your kids into reading? Coming up here at 5, how a new app can help them read while they text. That's next when the News at 5 continues.